again everyone, how are you all? Hope you're all well. I'm really enjoying going through some of the different consoles and computers and things that I've got and just basically showing them off, showing the different models that I've got and everything else, and doing a bit of gameplay. So today I'm going to go with Atari, and when you say Atari to people, 9 times out of 10 they will think you're talking about the Atari 2600. It's the most common Atari console. I mean, look how many of these they made. The fact that they flooded the market and pretty much caused the game crash in the 80s in America. But the game, I love the design of this. I was at one point going for every single Atari model going. Don't know why. I had a bit of a problem when it come to just trying to collect everything. I mean, I've stopped that now. I've kept key ones that I really enjoy and stuff like that. I will have to go through these because I've also got a couple of Atari Juniors and 7800. I never had a 5200. It would be nice to get one of them. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. What I'm talking about when I say Atari is this. The Atari 8-bit range. And these ran, the Atari 2600 came out first. But then this came out as sort of like aimed more towards like the business end, if you know what I mean, or the higher, you know what I mean. It was more expensive, a hell of a lot more expensive to get these. This is the 400, and it actually came out with an 800 model as well. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this was supposed to be a cut down version of the Atari 800 as far as like specs inside and everything go. Not knowledgeable, I hear things. Anyway, but when they did finally launch it, I think they both came out with exactly the same specs inside in the end. I could be wrong, could be talking absolute waffle, nothing new there. But yeah, the Atari 8-bit range, because whenever I speak to people and go, have you got any Atari 8-bit games? They'll always put up Atari 2600 games. So it's really hard to actually get some actual games for this. Right, first of all, let's have a look over this house. And is it just me, or is this one of the best looking consoles, computers ever? It really is. I just think the styling of it, even though it was back in what, the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, something like that, looks lovely now. You know what I mean? It looks futuristic in its own way. So yeah, let's just have a quick look over this. It's got a keyboard on it, and it is just a membrane keyboard. But if you've ever had the ZX81 and you sit there and you press it and you don't know where the keys are, this, I don't know if you can hear, but it's actually got raised bits so you can feel where the keys are. And I know it doesn't seem very much, but and you got a little bit of a, I don't know if you can hear that click when you press, but I think that's more the whole board moving more than anything else. You could get aftermarket keyboards for this to make it a full one. As I said, there was an 800 model out as well, which was a lot bigger, come with a proper keyboard. That was definitely aimed more towards the business market. You've got your RF out, your power cable in. You could plug in your cassette port as well, so you can load games off tape. But what most people did with this, hang on, and at the front, for a console like this, it's actually got 4 ports. But what most people did with this is play games. And I love how you load the games into this. Just a satisfying, like, proper, you know what I mean? It's dramatic. So, anyway, what you also have to have with this as well is your basic cartridge in it. I'm not sure whether the basic cartridge came with the Atari 800 as well. I think you did need to have this, because if you look on the top of these, it says left cartridge, because the Atari 800 had 2 ports, so you could put, like, keep your basic in all the time and then sort of like put a game in or something else or things in as well. So I just love it. It's left cartridge. You know what I mean? Even on there, there's only 1 port. Okay, talk about that. This is the RF shielding, and this is absolutely solid. I've took this apart, and this metal shielding goes all the way down and covers the whole board. I mean, this thing was not built cheaply. It really wasn't. This thing was built to last, and it certainly does that. But yeah, that is the Atari 400 and one of my favourite consoles that I own. Computers, consoles, whatever. The next one up, I mean, there are quite a lot more Atari 8-bit. Gonna focus? There are a lot more Atari 8-bit computers, but I'm just going to talk about the ones I have. So the next one I've got is the Atari 800 XL. And this feels more like a proper home computer. It really does. Nice keyboard on it. You've still got your function buttons down. Oh, I didn't say that on this one, did I? Forgot to mention that. You've got your function buttons down here, down the side as well, which they're also membrane ones. Really quite nice to have them there. It's just like start, select options, reset system and stuff like that. It's nice to have them like right there instead of having to find them. So yeah, back to this one. Yeah, and it's got its function keys down the side here. And you've got, what have we got? You've got your ports on the side for your joystick, all exactly the same on the back. You can use the same cartridges in this that you could use in the 400. It's completely backwards compatible. Styling wise, I'm not a fan. I don't know what it is about this. It just doesn't appeal to me the same way the 400 does. I don't know, did they just play it a bit too safe? Even their cassette port, even the cassette deck and the floppy disk drive has exactly the same styling on it, and everything all matches together, and it matches together quite nice. But I'm just a bit, maybe I just got no nostalgia for it, but I don't have nostalgia for that either, but I like that. This, it just feels a bit safe. It feels a bit, everything was doing, computer, keyboard, there you go. You can definitely tell it's an Atari. Styling wise, nothing else does look sort of like this, if you know what I mean, with the colour scheme and everything else. But they just went with the whole, you know, it sits under your computer keyboard, nice and safe. Ports on the top here for your carts as well. And this just had basic built in. I think it's been a while since I hooked this one up. I can't actually remember. Sad thing is, this literally just sits on the wall. I don't really use this one very much. I should. Something when you end up collecting a lot of different consoles that do the same thing, you sort of pick one and the rest just look, just are there, you know. And then we got this one. I'll get to this one in a minute because I'm going to have to unhook it. And it's just weird. It really is. I don't know what Atari were thinking. As far as game cartridges go, very, very, very well built. As you can see on here, look, it has like a cover for the pins that comes down. I say that and this one gets stuck. That one didn't happen. This one has it, see, so it protects the pins. These are really solid, and it's even got like a full metal back plate to them. Every single one of them has, or every single Atari one has. And they're getting really hard to track down and find. I see, because it's very popular in America, the Atari 8-bit range. But over in this country, I'm just really struggling to find anyone that really sells games for it. But while saying that, let's have a quick flick through of what games I do actually have. I've got Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Atari Artist, that's actually quite funny. Mario Paint, it is not. I think you can get better pictures on an Etch-a-Sketch than you can with this one. Joust, one of my absolute favourites, it really is. Just an report on this. Video Easel. What was the other one, did I say? I can't remember. Yeah, that's it. Atari Artist and Video Easel. They're really pushing the art programs. I'll have to do a separate video on these just to see if I can actually draw anything. I think it'll be quite funny. I can't draw at the best of times, and this won't help. We've got Missile Command. I'm going through these for a reason, because Centipede, Atari Baseball, Again, another one I'm going to have to show just actually how bad this is. Star Raider. Looks impressive. Haven't got a clue what I'm doing with that one. And then we've got some strange ones. Oh, that one's over there. Got Kaboom. And Miner 49er. This was sort of ported to everything, this was. When I first got this, because it's so different, I thought it was a bootleg. Just feels a lot cheaper. And for this one down here, we actually have Bug Hunt. It's just completely different styling. I'll put this one over here in a minute. And let's turn this one off now, because I'm going to be unplugging this to actually show you this computer as well. And I have Frogger. Right, the reason why I showed you all them is because there's a common theme with the Atari 8-bits. And it's something they do really well. And that's home arcade ports of like classic games like your Pac-Man, your Donkey Kong and everything else. If you remember playing like Pac-Man, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600, it was a shocking port. It really was. It was cut down. It was made awful. These, although not arcade perfect, I'd say are pretty damn close. They feel like you're playing the arcade game. Right, let's unplug this one because this is the weird one of the bunch. There we go. Hang on, I'll take that off as well. Right, and we have, I'm not sure, I think this may have been the last Atari 8-bit console. Where did I leave that one? Over here. And this is the Atari 400, well, this is the Atari EXGS. And this was the Atari's version of a home console. Like, they just did away completely with the keyboard. Like, you can play your games and everything just like this. Now, the weird angle of the cartridge slot, the pastel colours that everyone seems to really, really like. Nice, proud Atari logo. And what other weird stuff is there about it? Well, Atari at this point and later on started putting ports in weird places. And on the bottom, you've got your joystick port and your cassette port. Cassette port. At stupid bloody angles like that. And if you've ever had one of these, you'll know how difficult it actually is to put a joystick in one of these. You can't just go, oh, there's the joystick port, put it in. You do that and it starts moving and I've got it the right way. Then you end up just lifting the whole thing up like this, try and fiddle around, and then you finally get the port in. Just, why? Why did everything have to be at this angle? I do not know. And this, I unplugged this because it also came with a keyboard. And this keyboard is actually quite important when playing some games. I'll get to them in a minute, but not some of the games at the time. The games at the time you can plug in and play. And this keyboard alone is actually quite hard to find. It plugs into the side with them stupid, awkward ports. And what can I say about this keyboard? This one, you can forgive it for being rubbish because it's a membrane keyboard. It is what it is. Listen to this one. Don't drop it. Really nice keyboard. Sort of kind of clicky, you know. You can definitely type on that. This one. Let's go with the worst keyboard I've ever used. It is both hard to press the keys and mushy at the same time. Listen. It's just, there's no real travel. You don't get any feel that if anyone had to type on this for long periods of time, this thing would have been launched out the window. I don't get it. And why is this important to actually have now? Why is this important to have? Because I've said the games are getting quite hard to find. You know, all these here. They're not the easiest things to find. So you can get flash carts for them. I have the Ultimate cart, which is this one here, and it has an SD card in the top. And you can also get this one here, which is, this was gifted to me at the revival. The Revival, absolutely amazing place. The last place I went before lockdown, and I've only ever been to 2 revivals, and twice people who are complete strangers who I've just got talking to have gifted me something. And this was gifted to me there, and it's the Atari Max 8-bit flash cartridge. I'm told with this one, what you do is you've got a dock that you put it in, and you flash the games directly to it. And I absolutely love this, and this is what I sort of keep in the Atari most of the time. But why is the keyboard important? Because without a keyboard, you cannot scroll the menus on any of these flash cards. I've seen people who have had to work out some way of getting like a modern keyboard working with adapters and stuff like that. So that's just something you gotta look out for. That's nothing with the problem with the Atari. We've moved on and we've got technology that it was never meant to be using. Can you imagine giving something like this to someone back in the day and said, yeah, there you go, there's every single game for the Atari for you. Blow their mind, wouldn't it? So I'm going to hook this up. I'm going to play a couple of games on it. Just let you know what I think about it. And what games I enjoy. Because there's a lot. There really are. But think about when it came out and how important the arcades were to people. You know what I mean? How much money people put into Pac-Man and Missile Command and Donkey Kong and Frogger and all stuff like that. And then you were promised them on your Atari 2600 and it just wasn't the same. But then you see these games and you're like, you're actually in the arcade. That's what it feels like with the Atari 8-bit range. And that's what I absolutely love about it. And it also brought us this, my favourite looking console of all time. It really is. Right, let's get on to some gameplay footage and I'll see you in a minute. Right, here we are with the Atari EXGS. Oh, weird console this is. But you know what? It's just the weirdness is why I like it, to be honest. I just have a fascination with like old and failed systems or consoles right at the end of the life where they're really trying to push it just a little bit more before they move on to the next one or go under entirely. Like the GX 4000 or the Philips CDI. Funny thing about the Philips CDI though is I did actually see a picture the other day of how many models they came out with, and to be honest, a hell of a lot more than I thought there was. Yeah, definitely have to do a video on the Philips CDI as soon as I can find the bloody power supply that I've got lying around somewhere. But anyway, that's for another day. Right, here we have the Atari Max cartridge plugged in. And I know I said earlier that you can't navigate it with the joystick. I was lying. You can navigate this one with the joystick. It's only this one you need the keyboard for. Why the mistake? I'm an idiot. Ah, well, get over it. I have. Right, here are all the games. And remember, the arcade ports are where this really excel at. And just remember how bad the ports were on like the 2600. And then you play them on this. It's just mind-blowing, really. Let's start off with Donkey Kong, because why not? I've actually got the sound up this time. I did just record all of this and then realised I plugged the bloody thing in the wrong port and there was no sound whatsoever. I really hate when you like do a video again because I'm trying to remember what I said last time. It never comes across the same. But this is the point I got up to where I realised I made a mistake. But anyway, let's press start. Okay, a better picture than that. There, that'll do. So, you know the Atari 2600 port, and I should not be playing this for the viewfinder. I do that every time. And to play a port like this in your home, back in the early 80s, honestly, it's impressive now. I wonder if I can actually get to the top. Oh, I thought I was going to lose my... Oh, you... Not going to swear. Not going to swear. I'll end up swearing. One more try and then we'll move on to another game. I just want to give you an idea of how good the ports are on this. You know what? If we're going to do that then, let's do it this way. Let's just go for it. It double barrel. That was impossible. That sound just reminds me of arcades as a kid. That really does. Right, anyway, quickly to another one. So I'll reset. And what else have we got? Joust. Love Joust, and I love this port of Joust. I really do. So let's give it a play. Oh, start button with the nice pastel colours. Atari 800, Atari 8-bit Joust. Stunning. Look at it. Even the physics work. I was playing a couple of ports of Joust on the Spectrum. Oh god, painful. Oh, come on. Gotta hit them. Got it. Oh, he got me. I thought I had him then. So like Joust, I'm going to do terrible at it. It's definitely a running thing, that is, for me. As soon as I start recording, I can't bloody play a single game properly. Got him. Can I get this guy? Wave 2. It's just fast-paced. So it's been a while. I've just got to get used to the floatiness of it. One more life. One more life. Mark of a good game. Just one more. Get a little bit further each time. Gotcha. See, I'm getting there. I'm getting it now. Oh, I forgot there was an egg down there. He's going to hatch in a second. Got him. Not talking very much, apologise. I do, I love Joust. What's your favourite, like, old style arcade game? You know, like from the 70s or 80s. We did play when we were... Oh, double hit. Oh, I could have got 3 then. If I just let that go down. We did play a lot of Robotron, I think. Is it the one with the 2 joysticks? The first revival I went to. That was good. Some games, I know you can try and emulate it at home. But the controls actually on the arcade itself are sort of what make it. Level 4. This is going to just be me playing games now. Come on, I'll get ya. There we go, I'm dead. Right, on to the next one. Oh, that was reset. Wrong button. Just really easy to use. Oh, Jawbreaker. This one did make me laugh. It's just like a Pac-Man clone. But it's when you die that makes me laugh. You can't skip this. They want you to hear all their music. So you're the Jaws there. Collecting the pills. I don't know. Let's call them pills. But when you hit one of these guys, look. Hang on, get over here. Come this way. His teeth fall out. I like that. It's just a little touch. Anyway, Pac-Man clown plays really well. Nice little gimmick that your teeth fall out. That's Jawbreaker. Two more, maybe 3. I don't know. Moon Patrol. Moon Patrol's good. Popeye. Spy Hunter. Okay, I know I'm going to finish on. This is a homebrew game from 2003, and they were clearly copying Flappy Bird. But if you can see on there, it runs on 1K. And I want to hate this game, but I keep coming back and playing it. It's just Flappy Birds, but with a helicopter. But it's 1K. There we go. That's its music. But it's the way... It's honestly, it's the way... Unless you play this game and realise it's not quite like Flappy Bird, same principle, but it's the floatiness of it. And it'll keep its high score as well. I think this will be a good one, actually, at a gaming event to just leave on and see at the end of the day who has the high score. Because I guarantee it's like a fucking drug. There we go, I swore. People just keep coming back to it, because I know I do. That's all it does, that's it. But you get into a flow with it. You really do, and like you zone out. You don't even look where they are. Yeah, I'm just zoning out now. Really, nothing special. Shouldn't be playing this. But, oh, hang on, 2000. That's actually quite a good score for me. Right, next. I said, do you want to show Frogger? I'll do that after, because I'll switch over to the actual Frogger cartridge. One I was playing quite a bit the other day. Oh, it's Tapper. Definitely remember playing this in the arcades. Oh, damn it, I double pressed. You can tell I was playing like levels earlier on where it was like you had to hit like 4 or 5 points at once. There we are, first level done. Like a little dance at the end. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we are. Oh, go on. Right, so for that can over there. Oh, I lost it. I'm going middle. He got the beer in his face. One thing I do have to say, it's still got the classic bloody Atari sound chip. If you let them get too far down, it takes ages to clear this level. Got him. Right, next. Honestly, I'm just going to keep on playing these games. I can't say Choplifter. That's good. Talking about the music, let's see, got some decent music in this cracked screen. So it's capable of good music. Atari 8-bit will never die. Too true. Start. Colour palette, I don't know whether that's just me being colourblind, but it definitely leaves a lot to be desired. But, Joe, it took me ages, you know. I can't even do it now. There we are. To figure out how to kill. Got it. He's pooping on him. Come on, just kill him. I'm just killing my own men here. We nobody left to save. Hey, here we go. Everyone get in. I'll do. Can't land this thing. Yeah, that's Uplifter. Really good port. Enjoy that one. This is how I was going to finish, didn't I? Dig Dug, that's a classic. It's really funny with this game. Somebody said to me, It's like, so who exactly are you? You're someone who's just gone underground where there's some really nice animals and creatures happily living their life, and you're just going to murder them. Oh, I missed him. Get back here. Dig a hole. Kill ya. Dig Dug. Plays really well. And I did want to end on Frogger, didn't I? And I haven't got Frogger on there. I'll play Frogger on the actual Atari cartridge. And I do like how the Parker Brother cartridges, no matter what they are always just different. So, classic Atari though, look. That's the way it goes in, with the label upside down. Never did get that right, did they? And here's me trying to put the cartridges in without looking. And really nice. If you've played the Atari 2600 port of Frogger, it doesn't compare to this. And that's me dead. So yeah, that's Frogger. All these games are great. Pick them and play. Go for a high score. Nothing too serious about it. Just have fun playing games. That's it. And isn't that what all the arcades were supposed to be? At least this way, you've not got to keep going, oh, I'm dead, more money. No, you just got to pay the silly amount of money to begin with. Oh, poop. Right, so yeah. Hang on, don't know why I switched that off. Might as well just leave it running. So that is the Atari 8-bit range of computers. Really nice bit of kit. Really nice arcade style games. I know I've said that over and over and over again. You get bored of it, but it's true. That is what the Atari 8-bits are good for. You're not doing any basic and stuff on it. For your average person, I know people go really into depth into these computers and do so much with them now. But if you want to get an Atari, get yourself an Atari 8-bit. Get yourself a flash cart, plug it in and enjoy some games. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, that's enough waffle. I will catch you all again next time, and I'm going to keep playing Frogger and trying not to die. Catch you all again next time. Bye.